I'm here with a 2014 Infiniti QX60. We're about to install the Hamilton upgrade kit for CarPlay in Android Auto. Let's do it. We're going to begin by powering the vehicle on, shifting to neutral, applying the parking brake, ensuring that you're on a level surface, and chalking the wheels. Now let's disconnect the battery. Underneath the hood, we're going to use a 10mm socket to loosen and remove the negative battery cable. This will ensure that power is off to the vehicle while we work on the electronics. Inside the vehicle, we're going to reach down and lift up on this rubber panel here. Pull it out and around the cigarette lighter. We'll set it down here somewhere safe. We're going to use a Phillips head screwdriver, and there's going to be one screw at the back here that we'll need to remove. Remove this screw, set it somewhere safe. Once we removed that screw, we'll take these panels off on the side here. Press out, and then work your way back up towards the center console. There's one on the passenger side, and we'll do the same on the driver's side. These panels are very strong. Don't worry about damaging them. Set them aside. With the side panels removed, as well as that Phillips head screw, you can reach in the back, around the sides, and we'll pop this panel up. You'll need to disconnect the harness for the cigarette lighter. We can now set it somewhere safe. There's a plastic panel under here that's hard to see from the outside. It's black plastic. Reach in with your fingers and you can just peel it right down, set it in the back. Next, for this wood panel here, you'll use your fingers to reach around the back of it and pull it straight out. Set it in the back. We're now going to remove these two Phillips head screws right here and right here that hold the factory radio into place. Before we pull out the factory radio, I'm going to grab a towel, and we'll use this towel so we can protect all of the surfaces of our car while you work. Reach your fingers up into here, and you can pop the panel off of the factory radio. There'll be a harness to disconnect. Press down on the tab and slide the panel off. We are now going to remove two additional Phillips head screws here and here. Let's begin. With the two screws removed, we can now reach under this wood-covered trim panel, pop it up, and remove it. There will be a harness back here to disconnect. Press down on the tab and slide it out. We'll set this in a safe place. We are now going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4 Phillips head screws in this cavity. With these 4 screws removed, we will now remove this black screw here. Now we will grip the bottom of this factory screen trim and we'll pop it loose. Now grab the factory screen, we'll pull it out, and we'll disconnect 2 harnesses behind it. We'll set it down here for the time being. Back under here, against the wall, are 2 more Phillips head screws. These are holding in the bottom of the factory radio. Keep in mind, as you start to remove the radio and the screen in this car, these pieces of metal can be sharp, so be careful of your hands and feel free to wear gloves. With both screws removed, we'll take the factory radio and slide it out. We can now begin the wiring process. I'm going to give you an overview of the wiring in the system. The box has these DIP switches. These will come preset. Should you need to change them, if it ever changes in the future, there'll be a piece of literature in the box that will tell you how to assemble these. I'll walk you through the wiring now. This is the main wiring harness. This plug here is the primary power wire, and it will plug into the box. You can see there's 4 harnesses coming off of it. The one labeled panel will grab onto the panel wire. The factory male will go into the Hamilton female, and the Hamilton male will go where the factory male was. You have these 3 additional harnesses. These are all going to go behind the factory radio. We'll be removing a factory male from the back of the factory radio, plugging it into the Hamilton female, and plugging the Hamilton male in the place of the original. We will do 3 connections like that behind the factory radio. This is the Wi-Fi Bluetooth antenna. Our system is going to have wireless and wired CarPlay and Android Auto built in. This antenna will be for your wireless CarPlay and Android Auto. You do not need to put it anywhere specific, but it's important to connect it to the Hamilton box. This is the Hamilton accessory harness. Our system will by default use your factory microphone and backup camera. Of course, if you have the 360 camera, it will be preserved. We will not need to use any of these RCAs. All of that will be done automatically. The only purpose of this harness is to give us the USB port. This will be for your wired CarPlay and wired Android Auto, and we will drop it below the radio. We have these 2 wires. These are called LVDS wires, and they carry the factory video signal. There's currently one plugged into the radio that runs up to the screen. That wire will not be used with our system anymore. We're going to have this short one that runs from the Hamilton box to the radio, and the longer one will run from the Hamilton box up to the screen. We will start by disconnecting the LVDS wire from the back of the factory radio. Press down on the tab and disconnect it. Next, we will disconnect this wire here. Press down on the tab and disconnect it. This one and this one. Our Hamilton male labeled CAN will connect right here, and the female will accept the factory harness. Our Hamilton male labeled audio will connect over here. Our Hamilton female will accept the factory harness. Our power wire will be this one here. We'll plug the Hamilton male in, and once again, the female will accept the factory harness. While we do not yet have the panel in place for the harness labeled panel, it's important to go ahead and connect it to the male harness that would have gone into that wood panel we removed. We'll go ahead and take it, we'll position it out where it'll go on top of the factory radio. We can set it aside for just a moment. Now what we're going to go ahead and do is grab these 2 video signal wires. You'll have one that's white and one that's black. Both of them go to these gray style connectors with a brown tip. The one that has a black end is going to go into the back of the screen. So we're going to feed it down behind this plastic cross member, and then we're going to go ahead and position that end of it to go into the back of the screen. The factory one will not be used. Make sure to tuck it well out of place. Now we'll grab this shorter one. It's also got a brown and gray style end. Let's go ahead and plug it into the radio. And then that white connector, we're going to be plugging it into the Hamilton upgrade kit. Now let's position the wired USB port into place coming off the Hamilton accessory harness. We've just dropped it down around the dashboard here, and we'll run it up behind the cross members, and then it'll plug into the Hamilton upgrade kit. Now we're going to grab this white connector for the video signal, and we'll run it around that plastic cross member. We're going to be putting the Hamilton upgrade kit behind the original screen, so let's go ahead and put that main Hamilton harness up there as well. We're going to go ahead and pull all the harnesses for that blue Hamilton upgrade kit behind the original screen here. So we're pulling all of these around that black plastic cross member. You cannot have any wires crossing in front of that cross member. Now we're going to go ahead and begin connecting up the Hamilton upgrade kit. Do not forget that antenna that plugs into the white port. And we'll go ahead and take the main Hamilton power harness. That's the longest one. We'll plug it in, as well here as the Hamilton USB harness. So that's the USB accessory harness. We'll go ahead and plug that one in. The 2 ports labeled 360 cam and touch are not used. This system will automatically preserve your 360 cameras if equipped, and of course your touch screen. Now we'll connect the white video signal wire into the Hamilton upgrade kit, and then we will do the black one as well. Once again, remembering that the white video signal wire is running to the back of the radio, that's the lower unit, and the black one is going to run to the back of the screen when we reinstall it. So the black one is that longer one. Now we are going to gently tuck the Hamilton upgrade kit and the wires back into that cavity. You'll see it's a little bit tight getting the wires through, so we'll go in at an angle and it'll fit right in. With the Hamilton upgrade kit tucked back behind the screen, we've got the black video signal wire connected to the back of the screen, as well as the original harness that was in the back of the screen, that large pigtail. On the screen, there are 2 tabs that are covered in tape from the factory. You want to make sure those tabs go into their respective holes, the big holes on the back here. They're going to lock the screen into place. With those tabs through their holes, we can now put in the 2 shiny screws. We're going to go ahead now and we will put the radio back on its brackets, making sure the little plastic posts come through their respective holes. And let's reinstall all 4 of the stainless steel screws holding the factory radio into place. Go through, you don't need to over tighten these screws, just gently, one by one, go ahead and tighten them all down. And make sure that you've got the pigtail for that panel coming out right on top of the radio where it's not pinched by any of the brackets. The factory harness for the panel, that panel that has some of the controls on it, is plugged into the Hamilton female, and the Hamilton male is hanging out there ready to go into the back of that panel. Now we remove these 2 vents and we set them, you see, 1, 2, 3, 4 within their clips so that we can make this a little bit easier to install because it'll all function as one assembly. Now we'll just line it up in the top and snap it into place. Very easy. I'm going to take this black Phillips head screw and we'll tighten it in to hold the trim assembly into place. Now this is the panel. We'll plug the Hamilton male harness into the panel here. We'll line the panel up, making sure this harness is present here. We'll snap it into place. We're now going to add 2 screws here. With the upper panel reinstalled, we'll reconnect this trim panel here that has these buttons. Line up the clips and snap it into place. We'll add a screw below here and here. Next, we'll take this piece of wood, we'll line it up, and we'll snap it into place. After the piece of wood, we'll take this plastic trim that goes under here. We're going to take this USB port, and we're going to pinch it back here where it's behind the plastic clips needed for the lower trim piece. You can select how much of it you would like to be available. And then we'll take this lower trim piece and we'll snap it in place. Now, don't forget to reconnect your cigarette lighter here. Take this piece. We'll line it up and we'll snap it down. Put the last Phillips head screw in here. We'll take this rubber piece, press it in the back, and put it back into place. Now we'll add these 2 final leather covered trim pieces. Position the USB right where you'd like it, and now we'll take these 2 trim pieces here, starting from the back and moving forwards. We'll snap them into place. We'll repeat this now on the driver's side. Moving back to the front, snapping it in place. When you get in your car and turn it on, you'll either come to a page that looks like this, or you'll come to your factory system that looks like this. Toggling between your factory system and the Hamilton system will be done either by holding the back button for 3 seconds here, or you can long hold the speech button on the steering wheel for 3 seconds to switch between the original and new systems. Once in the new Hamilton system, you're going to open up Settings, Bluetooth, and you're going to look for a new Bluetooth device that starts with Hamilton. Click on it. When a pairing code pops up on your phone, click Pair. Allow to favorites and contacts. And if you get a prompt that says Use CarPlay, click Use CarPlay. Back on the Hamilton screen, CarPlay will automatically appear. This is an awesome addition to your Infiniti. It's fully touchscreen. Now this is an older screen, so it's definitely not as high-end as some of our newest screens. But if you don't want to use the touchscreen, it also works with your original knob. This feels like something that truly came from the factory. If you have any questions about the installation, give us a call at 919-858-2890. Thanks for watching.